Ronald Reagan put it, if anything moves, a liberal will tax it. If it keeps moving, a liberal will regulate it. And when it stops moving, a liberal will subsidize it.
Story about a woman who walked into a bridal shop one day, told the sales clerk that she was looking for a wedding gown for her 4th wedding. Well, the saleswoman asked, just exactly what type of dress are you looking for? A long, flowing white dress with a veil, she responded with assurance. Not totally convinced, but afraid to offend the woman, the sales lady said, you know, dresses of that nature are usually more appropriate for brides who are being married for the first time, for those a bit more innocent, if you know what I mean. Well, the lady retorted and put her hand on her hip. I do know what you mean, and I can assure you I'm as innocent as the rest of them. Despite all my marriages, I remain as innocent as any first-time bride. Well, you see, my first husband was a dear, sweet man. It was a terrible tragedy, actually. All the excitement of the wedding was simply too much for him, and he died as we checked into the hotel on our wedding night. I'm sorry to hear that, said the clerk, but what about the others? Well, my second husband and I got into a terrible fight in the limousine on the way to our wedding reception. We haven't spoken since and got the marriage quickly annulled. What about your third husband? Asked the store clerk. Well, the woman replied, he was a Democrat. And every night, for 4 years, he just sat on the edge of the bed and told me how good it was going to be.
It reminds me of the lady who got married for her 4th time. And as she was leaving the wedding hall and driving with her new husband to the hotel, she said, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. He said, why? She said, this is my first time being with a man. And he said, well, how is that possible? You've been married 3 times already. And she said, well, each of my prior husbands had a condition. My first husband had a heart condition. And so when we got back to the hotel room, he got so excited that sadly, he died of a heart attack. My second husband had an eye condition, and so he didn't see a tree as he was driving back to the hotel, and he hit it and didn't survive the crash. And the man said, what about your third husband? What was his condition? She said, well, he was a liberal. And so every night he would just sit at the end of the bed and promise how good it would one day be.
Reagan was a great president, the greatest president, and Polyev will be a great prime minister, one of the greatest prime ministers. Pierre Polyev for prime minister. Yay!